guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I wanted to do something a little bit different and I wanted to do a review. I wanted to review the Aztec Secret Indian Healing Clay Mask. I've never really done a review on my channel before, but I've been using this for a few months and I wanted to go ahead and give my thoughts on it. So this was actually sitting in my Amazon wish list cart, my wish list, for a long time, probably like a good 2 or 3 years. And every time I would go to finally purchase it, I would start reading the reviews again. And so many of the reviews said that this mask is so powerful that it draws all the toxins out of your skin and it just purges your skin. So that word purging has always made me afraid to really use this, because the thing for me is I've used really powerful masks before, like the clay masks. I've used deep sea mud masks, and the purpose of them is that they're very powerful and like the review said, it pulls toxins out of your skin, it purges your skin. Well, the thing for me is that I've never been consistent with using masks before. So every time I would use one of these powerful masks, like I had a deep sea mud mask, every time I would use it, it would pull everything out of my skin, it would purge my skin, and then it would be several weeks again before I would use the mask again. So by then, my skin starts getting congested again, and then I would use it a few weeks later and it would just start pulling my skin out again. So basically every time I would use one of these masks, it would basically break me out because it would like re-purge my skin. So like I'm very, very into skincare. I will spend 30 minutes every night doing my skincare routine. But for some reason, when it comes to masks, I'm just not consistent. So I was afraid to get this. But then I decided, I really want to give it a try. And there's actually a specific purpose that I wanted to use this for. So I went ahead and got it. So let me just read you the claims. First, it says Indian Healing Clay, deep pore cleansing, 100% natural calcium bentonite clay. And so it says facials, acne, body wraps, clay baths, foot soaks, chilled clay for knee packs, and insect bites. Enjoy the benefits of clay in your own home. Beautify and refresh. And then it says feel your face pulsate. And then down here it says you will feel a pulling and tightening sensation. Feel your face pulsate. And then you can mix it with either water or apple cider vinegar. So I decided to get this. I got this for, like I said, specific reasons. So I kept seeing the word purging, and I decided, you know what, there's actually two places on my face that I actually do want to try to purge. So for I would say over 2 years now, I've had these 2 patches of congestion on my face. One is here on my forehead. You can see these little bumps right here. And then the other one is on my chin right here. I've had these 2 patches of congestion for over, I would say it's been like 2 to 3 years now. No matter what I do, like I will use my extractor and I will try to extract. I will push down really hard, try to extract. Nothing extracts. All it does is make it red and irritated. Sometimes I will push so hard that it'll break the skin and it'll just like, bleed a little bit, or sometimes like some little like fluid will come out, but nothing like, none of the, nothing else would come out other than just a little bit of blood. And then the same for down here in my chin. I'll push, try to extract it. Nothing will extract. They're not painful. They're not, it's not like cystic acne that's deep down and painful. They're just little tiny bumps sitting on the skin, that just won't extract. So I thought if I got this and this was strong enough to maybe pull out whatever's there and purge the skin, then it would be helpful. So I got this and I started. Let me show you what I use it in. First of all, the instructions say to use, I don't know where to use a non-metal bowl and utensil. So I watched several videos on YouTube before I started using this, and they all said, I don't know where they got the information, but basically, and I don't see it anywhere in here, but basically if you use metal, it like deactivates whatever the bentonite clay is in here, and so it makes it not beneficial. So I have this little non-metal bowl. I know it's non-metal because it's says microwavable on the bottom. And then I use this. It's a Luxie foundation brush. I don't use these brushes for foundation, but this is perfect for applying masks. And then I got this little container from the dollar store, and I fill it up with my apple cider vinegar, and then I just keep this in my bathroom. So what I do is I will usually use my little scooper. I will scoop like 2 scoops in here. I don't want to make a mess everywhere, so I'm not going to do it. Oh, but let me show you what it looks like. It's like this interesting green powder. And then I will very slowly just start to drizzle the apple cider vinegar in here. I do it very slowly so that I don't end up doing too much and then it gets too runny. And the interesting thing is with the apple cider vinegar, it just really starts to like bubble up. And then I will just mix it up really well. And then I will just do a very thin layer on my whole face. I like to do a thin layer. I've tried using water before to mix this, and the water just doesn't, for me, it just doesn't break it up enough, and I end up with like big thick chunks. So then I end up adding more water to try to break it apart, and then it ends up being too thin and liquidy. And so apple cider vinegar for me is the only thing that really works with this mask. Okay, so now another thing is that it says feel your face pulsate. Like it says here in big bold letters, and then down here feel your face pulsate. That's like a big thing for, and then it says, you know, that's normal, that's what it's supposed to do. For me, my face never pulsates when I use this. It also says that you'll feel a pulling and tightening. I do get a tightening sensation. So when the mask starts to dry, your face gets really, really tight. Other than that, let's go ahead and start talking about results. So the first couple times I used, and it does, I think it says somewhere that your face can get red. Use it once per week for the family, more often for problem skin. It says somewhere in here that your face can get red when you remove it, but then by the next morning, I can't see it now, but by the next morning, it'll be gone. So I always use this at night. So the first couple times I used it, my face did get slightly red. I did start to see mild purging. I got some purging around here after, I want to say, several uses. Up here really started to purge. So I was really excited about that. I thought like, okay, it's purging, it's going to purge, and then it'll clear up. And then down here, this one started to purge slightly. So it would purge, and then I put my, like, purge as in like it started getting bigger, like it was, you know, gonna explode basically. And so then I would start putting my little acne healing dots. I have these acne dots that are like little stickers, and you stick them on there, and then it like sucks everything out. So I did that, and it started sucking everything out. Same thing for here, it started sucking everything out. But then it would still be there. The little bumps would still be there. So they would get big, like they're purging, and I would suck stuff out. But then once I sucked everything out, what was left behind was the bumps. So in that sense, it didn't work. But it did start purging me lightly in other areas. Thank goodness. It wasn't like a huge, like my whole face is just, you know, crazy purging breaking out. No, it was like a little bit around here. I had one up here that somewhere, these right here aren't from them. This is from, all this on here is just hyperpigmentation from, you know, other breakouts. It was just very slowly, like a little, like around my nose would purge a little bit. I get congested around my nose a lot. So like little light purging here and there. And then very quickly they dry out, because this is very good at like drying, you know, the like sucking the impurities and then drying your skin. So that worked very well. So they were just little tiny purges that would disappear quickly. So I used this, and I watched lots of videos where people were doing like a 7-day challenge, where they do it like every day for 7 days. But I don't know if it says here, because it says here use once per week or more often for problem skin. But I don't think this is meant to be used every single day, because it is a very powerful pore cleansing mask, and you're not supposed to use it every day. It's going to make your face really bright, like red and inflamed, irritated. So I used it like 2 times a week, 2 to 3 times a week, I want to say. And then it just started, you know, slowly purging my skin. And then after my skin slowly purged, I didn't really get any more purging. The redness completely disappeared after the first, I want to say like the first 7 or 8 times. I never had any redness after that. So, and I've been maintaining this, using this mask. So I use this mask, at least I try to use it once a week. Sometimes if I think about it, I'll use it like a second time. I have toyed with the idea of using this as like a spot treatment, but it's a lot of work mixing it and, doing all that just to use it as a spot treatment. Because you'd have to like mix just a tiny amount just to get, the correct amount that you need without being wasteful. And so I actually have another clay mask that I use as a spot treatment. So I use this more frequently. So I'm like, I'm consistent with it. So my skin no longer really purges from it. But I do feel like, you guys, my skin is looking tighter. I think my pores are maybe not minimized. Like, look, you can see, I still have the pores and everything. But I do feel like my skin is tighter. I think my skin overall just looks brighter and fresher. I am not having the breakouts. I typically don't break out unless it's from like a product other than hormonal acne. So I get the hormonal acne down here, and there's really nothing you can do about hormonal acne. But what I like about this mask is I will use this mask, during, my hormonal breakouts, and it really just helps to draw everything out that's already there, draws everything out, and then it starts to dry it out. And so my hormonal breakouts will disappear quickly. So even though I'm still getting, my normal, breakouts, this helps to dry it out faster. And then I really feel like my nose, I'm not getting nearly as many, blackheads around my nose. I feel like overall my skin is just a lot less congested, other than, these 2 patches that I told you about. So, hey guys. Okay, so it has been several months since I've recorded that first part of the video. I recorded it, I uploaded it, into my editor, I edited it, and I had it saved on my phone, and I never got around to uploading it. And I started actually using the product more consistently, and then my skin started changing, so I didn't really want to upload the video when my skin was still changing. So I thought now that I would just kind of edit that video. I kind of cut out parts from the end, and I'm going to stick this part in there instead, because I really want to talk about how my skin has changed even further since I've been using this. The original, when I first did the video, it had already been several months that I'd been using this when I recorded it, and it's now been several months that I've been using it further. So I want to say I've been using this, I want to say it's been a year now. I will go through my Amazon and try to figure out, see when I bought it, and I'll put it on the screen or maybe in the description box to tell you how long I've been using this. So anyways, what I started doing since I recorded that first part of the video is I actually started using this a lot more frequently. I started using it 3 to 4 times a week, 4 times a week if I'm, really consistent with it. And that's really, so my skin really started to change by doing that. So I don't know if you've noticed, and you guys, I was going to re-record this whole video and just, start all over and redo it, but I've already deleted all the pictures that I used in this video, so I couldn't really do that. But if you remember in the beginning, I was showing you the congestion. I'm wearing makeup today, I'm sorry, because I was just recording another video, but I really wanted to get this out. I had that huge patch of congestion, and if you've seen any of my Get Readies with me in the last few months, you'll notice that it was just bright red and inflamed, this whole patch on my forehead. Well, that's because I had started using this more frequently, like 4 times a week, and so this patch just got really inflamed and it really started to purge more. And so there's only one spot that's left, is this spot right here. The rest that was all here is pretty much gone, you guys. It's almost completely gone. This one right here, what I will do is I'll use the mask, and then when I'm done with the mask, I will use my extractor and really push down and try to extract. Sometimes a tiny bit will come out, other times nothing really comes out. So, but every time a tiny bit comes out, it gets flatter and flatter. And then down here in my chin, I had those 2 big spots down here on my chin. One of them's completely gone. The other one, you can't even see it because it's almost gone. It's very flat, and just overall my chin just looks really smooth now. So this mask has really changed my skin, especially since using it more times a week. So, but because this mask is drying, what I've been doing, because I've been using it more consistently, it is, drying my skin out more. I've also been trying to get into using all my face masks, like my sheet mask, because I have so many. So what I've been doing is I will use this in the evening. I will use it, leave it on for 20 to 30 minutes, usually in the 25-minute range. And then I'll take this off, and then I will put one of my sheet masks on, and I will use that little rolling tool that I got in one of my Boxy Luxes last year, and I will kind of like smooth it into the skin to really push the mask into the skin. And then I'll leave that on for 10 to 15 minutes. I take that off, and the mask just rehydrates my skin. So this is purging, pulling everything out, drying everything out, and then the sheet mask just like rehydrates my skin. You guys, I honestly think in this past year, my skin has really never looked better. Granted, I've been having, breakouts because of all the skincare that I've been testing out through BoxyCharm, but I'm not really doing that anymore. And my skin is just looking healthy. It's glowing. I don't know, my pores, I don't know that my pores are really smaller, but just in general, my skin just looks so much healthier. So I'm really, really pleased with this mask, you guys. I think you guys should definitely give this a try. If you do try it, start off very slow. My skin is very used to harsh ingredients like clays and acids and benzoyl peroxide, things like that. So this wasn't too bad for me. Starting off now, it doesn't irritate my skin at all unless I leave it on for like 40 minutes. But if you do try this, definitely start off slow. If your skin's not used to it, maybe do once or twice a week until you can build up tolerance. I really think you guys would love the skin. If you have any problems with your skin, I really think this would help. But I really love this. Definitely recommend it. I hope you guys give it a try. If you do, let me know down below. Leave any comments. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.